When I first got in the league, there's a lot of tough guys, at least from my perspective, because once again, I considered myself the lowest on the totem pole, and I had to learn. So I looked at every experience as a learning experience. Physically, it was a much more physical game than what it is today. You couldn't walk across the lane without getting checked. Or the screens, illegal screens, holding. You always had to pay a price. Be it if you were aggressive and you were a gun-ho guy and you go in with the understanding that I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna pay the price, but that's a part of the game. I'm not gonna be afraid to go inside. Those are types of things that these kids don't even have a clue of how we had to grow up or how we had to play. The people that influenced my basketball skills when I was growing up, as I was watching NBA, Walter Davis, Dr. J, David Thompson. Dr. J's style, it was something that I absolutely loved because of the way he can handle the basketball with his one hand. He can move the ball. I had big hands. So in terms of being able to control the ball and be creative with the ball with your hands, to me that was intriguing because very few people have big hands. Are there rules to talking trash? I only talk trash to people that I knew, my friends, Patrick Ewing, Bird, Magic, those type of guys. But I never talk trash to people that I didn't know or people I'm just meeting. And if they did, my game always did my talking. I never say anything. So this can be something you probably could print. I'm playing in my camp against O.J. Mayo. He was a top high school kid coming out, and I never met him first time. In front of my camp, he starts this thing about, you can't guard me, you can't do this. I got my campers here, so obviously I can't really go where I want to go because of all my camp. So I stop the camp, send the kids to bed. We go back to playing. And he starts his whole thing, that you can't guard me, you can't do this. And then finally I just let him, I said, look, dude, you may be the best high school player, but I'm the best player in the world. So from this point on, it's a lesson. And from that point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game. I posted him up. I did everything. If I can ever show you that film, if you can ever ask him that, ask him about the thing that happened at my camp. I don't consider that trash. I consider that fact. You call it trash. You got to be very competitive. I think a lot of my defense is because of my competitive nature, is that I don't want you to outscore me, or I don't want you to score a certain number of points on me. Gary Payton and I had an interesting competitive, he's supposed to be the glove. And the media made a little bit of a splash, and then the next thing you know, we're playing against him in 95-96 for the playoffs. And the whole thing was Jordan against the glove. I mean, he was good at defending, me to get the ball, but once I got the ball, I felt like I always had the advantage, so, it wasn't really a problem to me. He's a Hall of Famer now. I think he's very deserving of it, but we did have our battles. If I was in my prime, who would I want to play one-on-one with? That list is very long. Start off with Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant in his prime, LeBron in his prime, D. Wade in his prime, Melo. That's a good start. Yeah. I don't think I lose. Other than Kobe Bryant, because he steals all my moves. No. I'm not a Twitterer, I'm not a twerker, I'm not a Facebooker. I am nothing. I'm old school. What is twerking, by the way?